Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our first pre-training event of this year's Hack HPC, or HPC in the City Pandemics Hackathon for 2023. Yay! So, we have a group of mentors here that will be joining us that we're going to do a little bit of overview for them to prepare you all for the students that you're going to receive. And I am so glad to see all of your faces here on this bright and shiny Friday.
Or slightly gloomy and cloudy Friday over here. So
I see a crack in the clouds. You know what? After this summer where we had almost a month of nothing but over 100-degree days, I will take this.
I will take the clouds. I'm good with it.
What I'm going to do here, I'm moving you all over here to this side of my screen. So when you see me looking over this way, that means I'm looking at you. So that means I see you there, Gladys. Let me make sure here. There we go. So today, as we go through our mentor overview, before I get started, I want to take a moment to say, to let you know who the organizers of this great event are. We have a couple of them here. And of course, as always, I want to start with my mentor, the woman that has taught me the vast majority of what I know and has stayed with me, and I call her Mama number 2, Dr. Linda Hayden. Dr. Hayden, would you like to say hi to everyone?
I would. Hello, everyone. So glad to have you with us. We are delighted to have this great group of mentors join us for our hackathon in the city pandemic. Looking forward to this twist on our hackathons, and the contribution that you will make is going to be invaluable, I'm sure. Lucky students to have you as mentors.
Excellent. Thank you, Dr. Hayden. I appreciate that. And also, I'd like to introduce one of our leadership team members from TAC, who this is her baby. She's the one that actually got us involved with supercomputing in the form of actually being a part of the Students at SC committee, as well as she's the one that is really the driving force behind this particular hackathon's focus on pandemics with her amazing work in the field. With that, Kelly Gaither, would you like to say hello to everyone?
Yeah, hi everyone. Glad to see you guys. I know most of you. I'm really excited about the event.
Excellent, thank you. And I'd have to also introduce my brother from another mother, one of the training directors here at TAC. He actually works with many of our students, Mr. Charlie Day. Charlie, you're going to be hearing from him a little bit as we go through. You want to say hello?
Hey, greetings, everyone. This is probably one of the most awesome events that we actually host. The HPC in the City Hackathon series is incredibly awesome. And thank you, everybody, for volunteering to be mentors. Appreciate it.
Excellent. And Hector, I think Hector, yes, there's Hector. Now, Hector is actually one of our students. He started as one of our students at Winston-Salem State University. He has since graduated with his bachelor's and is now working on his master's. But Hector has become an essential member of the Hack HPC group. So Hector, would you like to say hello to everybody?
Sure. Hey, everybody. Looking forward to this hackathon, and I'm here to help if I can help at all. Let me know.
Excellent. Good to see you, Hector.
One mention of Hector. So Hector was the first time I ever ran a hackathon, or I was a mentor at a hackathon. Hector was one of the first people who volunteered to join my team. And yeah, that was like probably still one of the best teams ever. So it's absolutely awesome that Hector has kind of climbed through the ranks and is now one of the organizers in this. So great to see you again, Hector.
Definitely. And my name is Jamie Powell. You can call me Jamie. Jamie, my mama called me Jamie unless I was in trouble. You'll be hearing from me a lot, for better or for worse. So let's go ahead and move forward. So today's agenda, what we're going, well, actually, before I even hit the agenda, we always do something to break the ice just a little bit. And this is one of those techniques that we're going to kind of show you as you're getting to know your students. So the way Charlie and I like to do it is we like to talk about our spirit characters. So by spirit character, we mean a person, a cartoon character, an animal, a thing that we feel says the most about who we are as a person. So we're going to go first. Now, I might not get all of you all, but I want you to start thinking. I think I see Emily shaking her head. That means she has an idea of what hers is. That's perfect. But Charlie, you want to go first?
Suppose so. Sure. Thank you, Jamie. All right. So the reason we do this is because, I mean, you can go read my LinkedIn bio and I could tell you all about where I've come from and, what I've been through and how I got here at TAC. Or we can just talk about our spirit character that kind of clicks with us. May be something we saw, something we read, or whatnot that just kind of, what? I understand what they're going through. And I always laugh about mine. Actually, everyone I always tell my spirit character to, they all laugh. So that's all right. You're welcome to do that too. But my spirit character is Tony Stark. And not the playboy, billionaire, narcissistic Tony Stark, but more of the, the mentor, the guy who tries to get the teams together, focus on the same goals and get everybody together to, to hit a goal and how to get to that goal. And and Tony Stark's arc from being that narcissistic character to being, that team player to get everybody motivated to go, that really clicked with me. So yeah, my spirit character is Tony Stark.
And the catch here is, if you ever get to meet Tony, see, I did it. If you ever get to meet Charlie in person, Charlie is also always a snappy dresser too. Like he always brings the thunder when it comes to that. But my spirit character is Jake the dog from Adventure Time. Now, those of you that are into anime and have seen Adventure Time, Jake the dog is this character that he's able to change and morph and shape into whatever he needs to be in order to support his friends, be it a raft or a house or a slide, or even just getting small so he can hide and help them out later. That's what Jake the dog does. And that's what I try my best to do for all of you all, to support you in any way that I can. So having said that, I got to ask.
One note on that for you, Jamie, is for those of you who are just getting to know Jamie, and I've known Jamie for quite a while now, he is Jake the dog. He is the Renaissance man. I mean, I have seen countless hills and mountains thrown in front of Jamie, and he just walks right through it, manages it, takes care of it, and then naps for about 2 weeks afterwards. But
gotta recover.
It is great to work with you, Jamie, always.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. But having said that, now, Emily, only because you're shaking your head. That's the only reason I'm going to ask you first, because you're going, yup, I know who I am. So I'm going to ask you, Emily. So who is your spirit character?
Yeah, I maybe didn't understand the assignment because I immediately thought of spirit animal.
Oh, no, that's
Animal
fine.
works.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, I oddly identify with beavers really well. Only because like the sound of running water in the background, like if it sounds like it's like a leak or something, like I am obsessive. And that's the easiest way to catch a beaver. You just mess up their dam and they will come to that running water so fast. You just get them. I used to do a lot of like diseases in mammals, so I'm much more familiar with how to catch them. And so, yes, I just feel like they're very hardworking and they keep a very nice tight ship. They keep that water dammed. Their pups are, dry in their little beaver like house near the dam. So I quite like the beaver just as an animal. And
Nice.
because we share, sometimes I feel like past lives, like I was definitely a beaver for a significant portion, because I'm like, wow, it calms a lot of people. And for me, I'm like, that is stressful. That sounds like money, just draining.
You know what though, Emily? You and I are going to be friends. You don't even know it. you know how when you're in elementary school, you have that thing where the teacher's like, what animal do you want to be? And everybody wants to be like an eagle or a bear or a lion or elephant. And I was the only one that's like, I want to be a beaver because I get to build stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I do love woodworking as well. I'm just like, wow, that's a nice piece of wood. Just touch it, smell it. Yeah.
it's a little taste. It's a little taste. No, we can.
Yeah, exactly.
Going through the Home Depot's lumber store and just kind of nibbling on each piece of lumber. It's like, "Ooh, but
Yeah.
that's not quite right."
Knocking them. Mhm.
Very
Right,
nice.
so
No,
Hector,
that's fantastic. That's probably one of the best ones I've heard yet.
oh yeah. So Hector, I gotta ask you, spirit character, buddy.
Hmm. I don't know. What do you have one in mind?
No,
Oh,
no,
okay.
no. You know what? We will come back to you
Okay. Yeah,
because
let me
what I'm
think.
going to do, I'm going to look at Kelly because Kelly is much like me. Nope,
Kelly
she gives
shook
me.
her head.
Yeah,
All right,
No,
guys.
no, no, no. My Gen X is pinging all over the place. I don't even know how to answer what a spirit character is.
Well, it's just so Gladys. I see you smiling. Do you have something for us?
I'll be an almond butter biscuit. I'm just kidding. Probably Moana because I love new adventures.
Nice.
Alana. Oh.
It's a
That's
good one,
awesome.
honestly. Lana's
Thank
great.
you. All right. Do we have? Oh, Hector has a finger up.
Okay, I think I got mine. So
Okay.
very similar to Charlie's, keeping in theme, as also being that he's mentored me before and and is continuing to mentor me. I'll just go with Peter Parker. It's like a young, smart individual who's still
Mhm.
wet behind the ears, like has got still some learning to do,
Yeah.
but is looking to make an impact in a big way. So I'd say that's probably my spirit character.
Awesome. Very awesome. All right. So we got a couple in there. I don't want to hold us up, but thank you for sharing with us. I
I'm
appreciate
gonna
you.
share my spirit character.
Yeah, I was gonna say we have to talk to Doc. Doc's got one of the best
Doc-
spirit characters.
Oh, Doc's going for a straight spider. Now, Doc, is that a Black Widow?
No, not necessarily. I can be
What?
vicious. I can be vicious at times. Let that be okay. However, I like the concept of spinning pathways, putting together resources, money, people, opportunities together, and spinning them into a pathway for our students and our faculty into this HPC professional community. So that's why I love the spider who makes a beautiful web. You ever see it glistening in the sun, and you'll realize how beautiful it is. This was actually given to me by one of our past students, Jocelyn, who realized my spirit characteristics.
And I just want to say, so Doc does make those connections and is able to. The catch is, it's like she weaves this beautiful connected network out of nothing and brings everyone together. But at the same time, once you're in it,
You're
you're
caught.
stuck.
You're right. Right.
I was gonna make a comment about that.
Yeah.
Once she has you in your web, but we voluntarily stay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's not like we're fighting to
Volunteer.
escape. No, we're happy to be there.
Thank you all. Thank you for sharing with us. So now, just go over the agenda really, really quickly. We're going to go over the hackathon objectives, so you're aware of what's going on. Get a quick look at who the participants are. We have a dashboard from those that have registered. An idea about the project timeline. Some of you all, this may be your first hackathon, and we want to make sure you have an idea of what's going on. Deliverables and resources so that you'll know what's expected of the students. A few mentoring tips and tricks, and then, believe it or not, some of you all may be doing other things while this meeting's going on. I am notorious for doing that. I will be in a meeting doing 2 or 3 other things at the same time. I'm warning you, for those of you that are doing that, at the end, you have to participate. So I'm giving you a forewarning right now. You have to participate. Having said that, I've dropped it in chat. Our Discord server is open and available. That is one of those tools and resources we use heavily during the hackathon. So please take a moment to join that. Now, going over the hackathon objectives and student outcomes. Now, this is the only thing I'm going to read from the screen directly. Hackathon aims to harness the resources, skills, and knowledge found in the HPC community in an effort to provide applied exposure towards the students from 2 to 4 year post-secondary educational institutions. In short, the hackathon will provide HPC skills and training while targeting problems that directly affect the participants. That's the catch, that buy-in. We want to develop knowledge and create solutions to identify identified pandemic decision science projects through application of data analysis, presentation, or management using HPC/CI, so high performance computing / cyber infrastructure resources. The students themselves will have increased familiarity with data science in the cloud, experiencing collaborative software engineering skills, which if you've ever done that is fun, go for capital F. And they'll develop professional communication skills.
And the one thing, the student outcome that we really look for as well is the sense of community that comes out of these hackathons. The fact that the students stay with you, that the students stay with the project, and that years later, they rise through the ranks and become your colleagues and your coworkers, as we've seen with Hector and Jocelyn and other people who are now involved with these hacks.
Yes. Now, having said that, as of this moment, this hackathon currently has, and I actually need to check because it may have gone up by now, 39 registrants. 25 of them are students. The rest are supporting staff, organizers, mentors. Now, if you take a look at the map there, the United States, you can see the students are from all over the country. Let me put that in realistic terms for you. The students are from 3 different time zones. Putting that out there. That's why I use calendar invites so much. Schools, you can see we have a swath of schools, but you can see there is a huge amount of MSI students. From the University of Maryland at Eastern Shore, Elizabeth City State University, Viking Pride. I am a double graduate of Elizabeth City State University, and the shining star of Northeastern North Carolina. Just letting you know. Of course, we have a good group of students from University of Austin, and the list goes on there as we expand out. Our diversity, this is something that we are always proud of with our Hack HPC hackathons. We make a strong attempt to balance males and females. As you see, we're close. There are a few more males, so we're going to keep pushing here because we do like to keep that balance, if not swing the to swing the pendulum a little bit. The vast majority of students, which I am super surprised about, are actually graduate and master's level students.
Oh,
that's going to be a little. Usually we have more undergraduates. This is going to be pretty cool.
It's cool, but I can also see the challenge involved in that kind of a diverse team as well. So it'll be an interesting hack.
Now, subject majors, of course, the vast swath of our students are in computer science, but there's always one major that pops out. Like there'll be some new major I have never heard of. Last year, it was computational linguistics. This year, wait for this, Charlie, computer science with a concentration in data sound.
Data sound? Ooh, that is really, really interesting.
Oh, yeah. So we have a wide swath of students. The reason I showed this to you mentors is so that you all will have an awareness of the type of student you may be receiving. That make sense?
Yeah, you need to know where your students are coming from so you understand what the student has been through. But as we're going to talk here soon, mentoring is more than just coaching a team in a hackathon. Mentoring is also building a relationship with your team to understand what your team's going through and being there for them and being there for the team. So you understand where the students are from, you understand what roles the students have been through, and now you have a better understanding of what kind of mentoring these students are going to require.
Now, you're going to hear us say that over and over again. You're going to hear me say this over and over again. We're a family. Even though this hackathon has a modicum of competition involved in it, that is not what we focus on the majority of the time. Some students are motivated by competition. That's great. You're going to hear me say over and over again, we're a family. We're here for each other. Over and over again. You're going to hear me say things like, I can't believe you figured out. I've never seen it done that way. I know there's another team that's working on X problem. You all have figured it out. Why don't we have a session with you all together and you show them how you did that? Why? Because that's what we're about. I'm going to say this one time, and then I'm going to step down off of my soapbox here. In school, a lot of times we're in there solo. We're responsible for our own success, and we take it that way. But in the working world, a lot of times everything is collaborative and group based, and making that shift in that dynamic is sometimes difficult. So the reason I continue to say it is so that they can get that experience. They can start to build, again, we do workforce development. We're starting to build those skills, build those networks, and make sure they have that support as they go out into the world, into these different fields.
And also with these hacks, it's the type of students that get attracted to these hackathons are usually the type of students that in a group project, they're the one that, you know what, I got to carry the group. I got to do this on my own. I got to do this because nobody else will. And we understand that when we see the groups. Unfortunately, if you get a lot of these like-minded people who know that they have to kind of do a bulk of the work to get their project completed, put them all on the same team, and there's going to be a little bit of friction here and there, which is why we do these mentoring sessions, to help you alleviate that friction that is bound to come up on your teams.
Do you know that a team of superstars can actually come to a screeching halt harder than a team that is unsure of themselves? Because they fight each other. The infighting can break it down. It's an interesting dynamic. It's an interesting thing. So I always like to do this for the mentors, because you know why? You all have lives. This hackathon is taking place. You ready for it? Next week. Next Friday. Well, I'm looking at my watch and I don't have my watch on. Next Friday.
You can look at my watch. There you go, Jamie.
There we go. About 5 hours from now, we're going to be deep up in the hack. Actually, we're going to do the kickoff. Kickoff is actually pretty simple. But I just want you to be aware of that. I want you to take a look at the dates. Think about what you have going on, because you may have life happen. If life happens, the most important thing is to communicate with your team, with each other, to make sure we can help you.
That's where Discord comes into play.
Friday is going to have a lot of controlled chaos. It's intentional.
I was going to say, some of it's intentional, some of it just happens.
Harley, I'm trying to build credit here. No, I'm just no. In all seriousness, the part of the format that this comes from actually stems from a workshop that I attended in Hawaii, and while we were there, the volcano was going off, Mauna Lea was erupting, and then a hurricane was coming in. Our entire conference changed directions to building sensors to get them out in the field overnight. Like, the entire direction changed, and the chaos that ensued brought us together, and we were able to get these sensors out and rapid deployment. The same thing happens in these hackathons. That sense of confusion, and they don't know what's going on, that chaos, and yet we're slowly pushing them in directions and getting them going, actually helps bring your group together. It actually helps you all as mentors as well. But the catch is, you as mentors need to know everything's going to be okay. So I'm going to tell you, everything's going to be okay. We have your back.
And
That
then
night-
with that, of course, you have to push that on to your team and tell
Yes.
them in the midst of all the chaos, everything's going to be okay. And the mentors, you have our backing. The students, they're going to have your backing. So it's, you know, we're one big community that supports each other. We
The
want to see everybody succeed.
Exactly. The way you can think about it mentally is this crazy guy, Jamie, is talking and getting us going and things like that. And then they get into the groups and you go, all right, my name is Grace. And here's what we're going to do. And you become the calm center in the storm. See how that works? And then it becomes it works out. Having said that, there is something you're going to need that night for my mentors. This hack is a little bit different because you all already have projects. But I believe there are 3 projects that you all already have. What we're going to need from you is a slide. And I'm going to talk about this later. 1 slide, 1 to 2 slides at the most, where you can pitch your idea. Saturday morning, we're going to start doing team introductions. That's going to give your team an identity. That's the main thing you're going to focus on Friday is your team identity. Then Saturday, you're going to work, Sunday, Monday, and then Tuesday, you're actually going to have a gift for your teams. What? Yes, you're going to do something called a mentor trailer, and we'll show you a little bit more on that in a minute. So from beginning to end, it's about 96 hours, including planning, check-ins, some kind of sleep. Please sleep. Please rest.
Yes, sleep is
Please
extremely
rest.
important.
You have about 59 to 60 hours of work time in order for your students to complete the hack, and they will be completing the hack. You start as Grotto, you end as, yes, Master Yoda. That's just how it is. You're going to need some rest. Having said that, what the students are going to need to turn in on that Tuesday night, they're going to have a GitHub repository with a readme.md file actually created that gives a description of the project. Any source code created, you want to add it to that repo, including comments in your code, Put comments in your code. That's what you need to tell them, because we tend to not do that. Your presentation slide deck with the PDF for all the members, pictures, use technology, and the project impact to the community is really important. They add that. And yes, I will be telling the students that multiple times. Some of the resources you'll have available to you, Omnibond will be providing Project Eureka they can use. It actually allows you to spin up VMs, allows you to do, so on the fly, it allows you to have a Jupyter Lab and things like that. We are going to have a mobility data set, which Kelly.
Yes.
How do you know how they're going to access that data set yet? Is it just going to be sitting in a directory on like work?
It'll be on
Okay.
work too. Yeah.
Perfect.
And,
so
and
means
Jamie, this just in, one more deliverable that we would like to see the students have. I don't think you know this yet. I just got messaged myself.
Okay.
We would like the students to put together a poster of their research and their results.
Not a problem. And we will have a template available for that. That's something we've done before.
Yes.
So that's not a problem. We will make sure that is there. Some of the commonly used in our prior hacks have been Python, Jupyter Notebooks, Node.js, Replit, HTML. And of course, you all are going to have tools that you all as pandemics experts will have available as well. So things like R and whatnot. We will onboard the students to our TAC resources during their kickoff or their pre-training session on Wednesday of next week. And of course, Discord. Now, mentor deliverables. So these are things that come from you all. Number 1, on Friday, you need to have no more than 2 slides and take no more than 2 minutes. Think elevator pitch of what the project is, the suggested skills, and of course, information about you. And you're going to have 2 minutes. I will cut you off. 2 minutes to present it. I just
emphasize that Jamie launched some balloons.
I just speculate. And apparently I say 2 all the time. So I'm in the middle of meetings and then the balloons start going up. I don't know if y'all have gotten used to that yet. Anyway, it's a thing. Anyway, that's the first thing. There's a second thing. The second thing you're going to be responsible for, and I want to tell you this. This is a gift to your team. You're going to need to make a team trailer, not your students, but between the mentors. Now, let me say this the right way. The way I work with mentors, I double you up. So you have support. So you have the subject matter specialist. Now the subject matter, hey Doc, you might need to hit mute. The subject matter expert. So that would be Emily. That would be Kelly. That would be, moving the mouse, Jose. You all are subject matter experts. I'm not sure about Linda. Are you running one of the or Spencer? Who would you mind telling me who will be running the projects? Is he there?
Do you mean which of the mentors are associated with each of the 4 projects?
Yes. Okay. So there are 4 projects. Okay. Yes.
Yeah. So right now we have Linda. If Kelly Gaither's still willing to do it, that was our current plan. And then Jose Luis and Emily.
Yeah, I'm still willing. Yeah, I can do the mobility on the safe graph, some topic or topics.
Okay.
So,
and Kelly, I sent out the spreadsheet with the,
Yeah.
I had you signed up for like the mass gathering detection one.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
so,
yeah. That's the easiest one that I think will be appealing to them.
Okay, that sounds great.
So 4 projects. Now these 4 projects are the only 4 projects that the students will have to choose from. But the catch is you have to pitch them. So that's where the pitch slides come in. Once those pitches are out, the students will actually pick with their feet. I'll make breakout rooms where the students will pick which project they want to work on. If we have a little bit of imbalance in the teams, we will even them out. If we have a particular project that is just the bee's knees that everybody wants to be a part of, we may split that project and then take, if there's another project that didn't have interest, and have the mentor work there so that we can. The important thing is we want the students to have buy-in. So they need to want to work on the project that they're going to work on. That makes sense? All right. But you want to give them a gift, and that's where the team trailer comes in. But the team trailer on Monday, I said Monday, but I actually, yes, I did mean Monday. In the afternoon check-in, so at 5 p.m., as you're going through and working with your team, you're going to kind of develop the team's, see the team's personality. You're going to learn about the students, and you're going to make a no more than 1.5 minute long intro video for your team. That means it introduces the team members, what their goals are. You're going to put some kind of music behind it. No licensed music, please. SoundCloud is safe. No Beatles, no Disney.
Now, Beatles and Disney off of SoundCloud are usually okay. Just be careful what it is. We don't want to get.
It can be
struck 'cause
cover
these
songs.
videos will be posted in.
Right. It can be cover songs, but not the direct one. So I want to give you an example of one. It's actually one of my favorite ones. It was actually made by a coworker of ours, Will Mobley. Are you able to hear it? All right. So you can kind of get an idea of what these trailers are like. The reason we have team trailers and the reason they're due on that Monday It's because we have one of our awards called Viewer's Choice. And with Viewer's Choice, the students are actually able to send out the link on social media and things like that, and people are able to vote for their team, but they haven't presented yet. There's going to be some things they have available, but they're not done. So the trailer becomes their initial tool in order to get people to vote for their team. So that's why we have the trailer. Not to mention, like I said, it really is a special moment when the mentors share their trailers with the students.
And
Now,
honestly, we're going to have 59 hours of intensity. And so this is having a check-in where we're just kind of watching these trailers is a nice way of just kind of having some fun with it as well.
Right. Because our check-in after that, our final presentations.
Yeah.
So I can't stress that enough. This is a gift to your students, and please kind of see it that way, and work with your partner, whoever I talk about subject matter specialist. You'll also have a technical specialist that will actually assist you with your team. So if you're not strong in programming or something like that, the person we pair you with will be able to assist you with that. All right. Now, what can you expect as a mentor? Fun stuff.
All right. So
you're mentoring. Now,
I'm sorry, Jamie.
Charlie, I just want to make sure. So we're going to stay on target. So we want to make sure we have time for the mini hack. We got 5 minutes. So go ahead, go for it.
All right. So first off, your mentoring is going to be iterative, meaning a problem arises. You're going to talk to your mentor. You're going to talk to your students about it, your team about it, and then little solutions here or there. Remember, your job is to guide them. Your job is not to lay down the tracks and let them kind of go on their own. You're going to be guiding them throughout the entire process. All right.
Let me say it this way too. You're going to hear me say this again and again. These projects you have put care and love into. You've written out the descriptions. You've prepared the data sets. You've thought about the direction your path's going to go. You have turned this project into this beautiful newborn baby. You love that baby, and you can't wait to see that baby grow up.
Well, you've been nourishing it. You've been thinking about it. You've been putting this together. This is something exactly you anticipate. Exactly. And you're going to give it to the team.
You give it to the team, and they're going to turn it into a truck. And you need to be okay with that.
Because this has happened many a times. You start with a simple idea, and your team is going to take that idea and go in a direction that you didn't even see as a conceivable direction to go in. But the idea is this is the team's project. Once you've got your pitch and they're working on it, now it becomes the team's project, and they're going to take it in their direction. And you're just there to kind of nudge them and guide them. One thing we always have to push to the mentors is you're the mentor. You're not a participant, meaning one of the check-ins is going to be like a milestone and paths and who's going to be doing what. Your name should not appear anywhere on the list of who's doing what.
Of tasks.
Yes.
Let me say it a different way. We should hear from you mentors exactly 2 times during the event. When you give your pitch, as far as in presenting during the check-ins, when you give your pitch, and then during the mentor trailer. Sorry, the balloons. We should be hearing from your students. On top of that, we should be hearing from a different student every time. Every student should present. 50 to 70% of your team's effort will be spent formatting the data set. Kelly, do you agree? Every time. People don't believe it. People do not believe it takes 50 to 70% of the time to format the data. And then you hit run and everything works. It is what it is. 50 to 70%. I'm going to tell your students too. Some of them will listen, some of them won't. We'll see what happens. Your students will experience challenges. Tears have been had. I have been on a call with a student at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, talking them down.
All of us have.
It happens.
Yep.
And the fact that it happens means that student really cares about what they're putting out. They really care about what they're doing. It's okay. And we're here to help. And you cannot solve everything in 30 hours.
There are times when it's going to be frustrating. There are times when it's going to be frustrating for your student, There are going to be times when it's being frustrating for the mentor. So
Yeah.
expect that. And part of your job as the mentor is, calm the situation down and see what the root of the problem is. That is your job, one of your jobs as a mentor. And of course, the last one, understanding. I mean, 30 hours, they have about 30 hours to work because the other 30 hours is going to be prepared. They're going to have 30 hours to work, and they have to understand they can't solve everything in that 30 hours. So it's okay to start off with having some grand goals. And then as the hackathon is proceeding through this iterative mentoring, you're going to notice that the goals are going to become narrower and narrower until they have something that they can feasibly do in the last 30 hours.
And everything becomes that magical word we love using in papers. You ready for it? I'm gonna watch Emily's face on this one. Future work. And that's okay. That is
Exactly.
fine.
The goals you can do, the goals you can't, future work. All right.
Some of the challenges that you all will, I used to say solve, but I'm going to say resolve now. I changed it up a little bit.
Good one.
Imbalance of participation. If you notice someone that's taken over, we're going to push extremely hard. It's one of our new targets. Every hackathon, we kind of focus on a particular skill. This hackathon will be project management. We're going to make sure that the load is balanced out. There's some things that maybe only one person can take care of, but we want to identify the bottlenecks and figure out ways that we can work around them, setting roles and goals. The project direction isn't viable. There are times.
Yes, they take the baby and they're going to convert that into a truck. And that's okay. But you as the mentor, you see that the path they've taken to make that conversion happen. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So that's your job. And that's where the nudging comes into play, where you kind of nudge them into a more viable direction. Then don't let them fall down that rabbit hole too far. That's where the nudging comes into play and understanding what the project direction is.
There's students that are going to be reluctant to drive the process, especially if you're their professor or you have some type of leadership role in their life. The best example I have of this is, remember what it was like when you met your undergrad professor as a graduate student. In my case, my undergraduate professor in mathematics always had a button-down tie, was always dressed, shaved, ready to go. When I went to grad school and I was in his applied math class, he showed up late to class in shorts and crusty flip-flops after he had a cricket match. Oh. Because at that point, I was going to be his colleague when I graduated. And so you want to keep that in mind to assist them to drive the process. It's not, once you hand them the baby, it is their project. Students just want the answers. We can't always give them the answers, but we can ask intelligent questions to get them on the right path.
Morale decreases. Morale is going to decrease. Yeah. They're going to hit walls. They're going to hit these things that they're not expecting. They're not going to, your students are going to expect that data to be very well formatted. And then the first time they come up with an NaN error, their morale is going to get hit. Your job is also to be a cheerleader. Help them with their morale. Give them boosts. Give them good coaching lectures. Help them understand that these walls they're hitting are normal, and getting over those walls are going to be good for them. So increase their morale.
And sometimes students don't communicate. If we can assist with that, please let us know. That's why we want to make sure we get them on Discord, make sure that we establish those communication paths in the beginning. Some of the fundamental principles we're going to hurry through a little bit. Observe the students, not the work. Let me say that again. Watch the students, watch their faces, watch how they're talking or communicating or participating or not participating. Watch them. And the work comes second. We want to make sure they have a good experience. We want to make sure they're successful. And the way we do that is by keeping the focus on them. Be present, but not omnipresent. You don't have to be there all the time. You can get in there.
Be a parent, just can't be a helicopter parent. So we're talking about.
Use critical questions, not criticisms. Let me say that again. You can ask questions that will direct the path as opposed to saying, don't go down there. And the
Or that
difference
is a
is,
or something like saying that's a stupid idea. No, ask
Right.
them about the idea. Saying, hey, what is it about this that you think this is what makes you want to go down this path? What are you looking at? What are you thinking about? And ask them questions. Let them
Yeah.
arrive to their own conclusions or help them arrive to the conclusions. Don't make the conclusions for them.
Exactly. And the last one, and I would say is one of the most important, make sure both you and the students rest.
Yeah.
There is nothing like, all of us have been in that mode where we've been trying to figure something out and trying, and we bang our head against the wall, we take a walk, we take a nap, we get something to eat, we watch a stupid show, and it's like, oh yeah, all I had to do is this. The hackathons have a way of trying to focus you down to keep working, but you have to remember, as a mentor, they need to rest, and you do too.
Yeah.
Sometimes
There have
you
been
need to
times when in my
Right.
team, I will just let them know because we'll have like team check-ins as well. And I'll let my team know, just, you know what? Let's skip the check-in, go for a walk, go outside, take a picture of something that's pretty on a walk, and then share that with the rest of the team just to get their brains on another direction, another path. And sometimes when they do that, their solutions will come to them a lot easier. Get rid of the cloud.
All right. It's time
We
for
have
us to
5
do
minutes.
something. We have 5 minutes. We are going to have you choose a common problem. And we want you all to come up with a technique as a group on how to solve it or how to resolve it. Now, what I like to do, I'm actually going to send you this presentation. I'm going to send you all the link to this presentation. Oop, I came out and then went right back in. I am going to hit share. I am going to take it off restricted, put anyone with link. I'm going to copy this link and I'm going to drop this link in chat. Now, having said that, I'm going to create a slide for you. Open, says Jamie. Come here. There we go. I am going to create a slide for you, and I'm going to create that slide right here so you can see it's open. Now, what I want you to do.
Hey, Jamie, you gave them viewer rights, not editing rights.
Oh, well, that's because I want them to see it. See, that's how that works, right? Here we go. There we go. Editor rights. Done. Now, what I want you to do. So I'm putting you all to work. Those of you that are looking away from your computer, now's the time you need to pay attention. You all are going to have
2 minutes.
I'm going to give you 3 minutes.
Ooh, Jamie's
3
nice.
minutes. 3 minutes. I want you to pick a common issue from this box. You may want to take a quick snapshot. And I want you to put that common issue there. And then I want you to come up with a way to resolve it as mentors. The reason we're doing this is so that you can get an idea of what it's like being in a hackathon. And like I said, we're going to give you 3 minutes. I have my timer here. I'm going to go ahead and set the 3 minutes. Now, Charlie and I, we're going to be quiet. You all are going to have to figure out how to work together, how to get the information on that slide, and I'll do it on my phone. And then we're going to report back really quickly. So we're going to do this for 3 minutes. Are there any questions before I set the timer?
We're just picking one of these as a group and putting an answer on the next slide.
To come up with a mitigation for that, a way to resolve it. And you all have to do it as a group. You ready? All right, here we go. Set timer for 3 minutes. All right, time is running. I'm going to stop my share. Oh.
All right.
So,
You have a preference,
one?
Jose?
I don't know, maybe that the students just wants answer. I don't know which one would be the easiest to try to solve in 3 minutes. Well, 2.5 now.
You like imbalance and participation, I can identify with a little bit more. I'm one of those students who's like, I'll just do it. Everybody else just be quiet and functional. So usually the way that's been resolved with me in the past by instructors is being like pulled aside separately to be like, hey, I love that you have all the answers, but you know, other kids are quiet and don't actually say what's on their mind, you know,
Right.
which was a totally novel concept to me. I was
Two
like, what are
minutes
you talking
remaining.
about?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that would be my solution to that.
Right. Yeah,
If-
setting up also.
What do
Yeah,
you do with
setting up
your
times.
children?
Setting up times of participations in this because, well, as they have moments of check-in, so we could alternate the time for participation or for presentation, or maybe also assign them, as I think I saw in one of the previous slides, some role in each of the stages of the project, and then yeah, ask them to make just a very small description of what they're doing and what the problem was. Oh, don't forget the slide. Yeah.
Edit. Can I edit? Is that a thing?
Yeah, I
Maybe
think.
not. Can you
Can
edit?
you? I can't edit.
Yeah, I can't
Yeah,
edit.
it's view only. Yeah, I think that's part of the problem we need to try to solve.
Oh, is there, you need to like reshare the link?
Yeah, I think it needs
That's
to
like an
reshare.
old uneditable link.
Yeah, Jamie's doing that right now.
It's in
Nice.
chat. There you
Yeah.
go.
Yes. Mm.
I'm going to be nice because I forgot to reshare the link. So I will give you an additional 30 seconds, which means you have an astounding 30 seconds left.
Thought you originally were going to say you gave them an extra 3 seconds. It's like, wow, Jamie.
I'm not that bad. Most of the
3 more
time.
seconds.
Yeah. Well, I think that would also be project dependent, right? Depending on which how many different parts a project could have, or I don't know if projects could be divided in the same
15
different
seconds.
parts. Like, because if yeah, how many students are in a group in principle or in general? Do you know?
All right. We're at time.
It depends how many sign up, how many projects there are.
Right.
So I'm going to give you 20 more seconds to get your ideas in. So quick ideas. So assign different times to present, pool, students. Okay. All right. So no, I think we're good. We're good. All right.
You know
so
what? This has been great. But I will be honest, it's the first time that Jamie and I did this in the main room and not put
Yeah.
you all into a breakout room. So we listened in. You know what I noticed, Jamie? The first thing I noticed?
What's that?
Serious imbalance in participation.
Yep.
I heard
Yep.
2 people talking and putting the slide together. Just throwing
But
that out
let's-
there.
But let's try
But
this.
first off,
try this again.
good luck.
Oh,
Good luck, y'all.
So here's what I want to point out real quick. Did you see that feeling of what in the world we're going to do? You feel like y'all kind of sat quiet for like 30 seconds of, oh my God, this started. Your students are going to feel that.
And
That
then
moment
as
of-
Jamie kept on putting the little time, 1.5 minutes, 1 minute, 30
that
seconds,
kind of pressure.
that feeling of anxiety that, I don't know, I feel that every time somebody, you can say, hey, Charlie, look, we're going to be leaving in 5 minutes. And same thing, I'll feel that in my little chest kind of tighten up a little bit. Shit, 5 minutes. All right. So,
And then did you feel that shift as the time came up where it was like, we have X number of seconds, we need to get something on the slide? Your students are going to feel that as well. Now, I do want to take a quick moment and let you all present this slide. So I want you to take 30 seconds. Now, I do realize we're at time. So
Yeah.
if you need to run, I completely understand. However, I do want to show the last slide before people run. If I can hit share, there we go. We go there. And we're going to drop back and do this. I do want everyone to know that we do have the onboarding and data set next Wednesday at 5 p.m. Central. for everyone else. And of course, we have our kickoff on next Friday. So if you need to drop off, I completely understand. However, I do want you to be aware that the schedule is available on the website. I'm dropping that link in chat as we speak. And of course, I will be giving you, I will be sending an email with all of the calendar ICS files as well. And it's good to see. I saw we had someone that Emily had to run. I completely understand if you have to run. But now backing up to our
It's great meeting you. Looking forward
Great
to
meeting.
the hack starting next week. We'll see you all then.
Yes.
I do want to just say that okay, that there are roles for everybody, and so you want to help them recognize what their strengths are, and then to help translate that into their contribution to the team in their effort to help complete the team deliverables. So those roles, for example, there's front end design to be done. Someone may be not so good at the back end design part, but then you're gonna have people who just excel at the back end design part. So you're gonna, identify their skills and assign them to these various roles, and they will make major contributions to the smaller pieces of this project, which will come together and be something to be proud of. So imbalance in participation, that's one way you can avoid it, by identifying their skills and helping them translate that.
Yes. Thank you, Dr. Aiden. And I do want to say, so that they said to take care of an imbalance in participation, just to put this out, since Emily and Jose had to run, that they said they assigned different times to present, pull students aside to talk individually, and students should pick a role early. And that's completely correct. And especially with the students should pick a role early, we're actually, again, project management is one of our focuses of this particular hackathon. So we will be pushing that when you're presenting your team goals and tasks. Now, having said that, let's see if I closed my film strip because I wanted to not make it difficult. You know what? I'm just going to show the slide. There we go. Slideshow. So a couple things you noticed there. Getting to know your participants. You're trying to hurry up and do it. The goals and purpose, the gamification, the scoping. We felt these things we went through, as well as a little bit of us kind of motivating you. Hey, you may want to take a look at the slide. Hey, you only have this much time left. Hey, you may want to. And so those are some of those things you will run into. Another technique you can use is one that I love. It's called Like Which Wonder, where sometimes at the end of the day or at the end of the session, you may want to back up and say, hey, everybody in the group, in a positive respect, tell us one thing you like. Tell us one thing you wish you knew more about. And tell us one thing you wonder if it's going to happen in a positive respect. So for instance, I could hear say, I like the fact that you all gave up your time on a Friday to come and join us. I wish that you all get rest and sleep so that you're ready to go and so that you don't have distractions while it's going on. And I wonder how your students are going to change the way you look at the projects that they work on. See, it's all positive things that go with that. And then they can agree by giving likes and thumbs up to go along with it. Let's see if mine will do it. Will it do it? Do it. Come on, AI. Come on, AI. Oh, you'll give me balloons, but you won't give me a thumbs up. That's fine. So, so that is something that happens. Again, at the end here, I just want to mention one more time. The TAC onboarding and dataset access will take place on Wednesday. I will be sending out the emails that has the information for you to create a TAC portal account. We have a training allocation that will be added to that will allow us to access the systems at TAC. And of course, we also have Omnibond that will be providing their Project Eureka as well. And in their case, they just need a Google account. Some email Google account. Of course, you Texas people, we have Google's suite-ish emails that will work. The schedule is available there. The kickoff is on Friday. And with that, I'm actually going to stop our recording for this session. Thank you for joining us. You all have
Yeah,
a
thank
good
you,
day.
everybody. Really appreciate your time and your attention. Thank you.